Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let me know. I see you, a little window man. Yeah, I guess so. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, motherfuckers? Okay, cool. All right, cool. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the live stream. We are going to be doing the veterans giveaway. I'm only on camera because I don't know. I don't have a reason. I don't really care at this point. I didn't do my hair, so sorry. But yeah, so we're going to do the Q&A, so you guys can go ahead and start putting your questions in. I have to get while we're doing that, answering questions, I got to get the veterans list up and going. Let me go and pull that up. That really sucks. I had some pretty perverted jokes I was doing with the mic off. I wonder if I can go back and say them again. Would they still be funny? But today's word of the day is hot garbage, if anybody wants to know. Hot garbage is the word of the day. My kids heard that this morning, and it was hilarious all day long. So, yeah, hot garbage is technically 2 words, but it is the word of the day, if anybody wants to use it at will. Let me go ahead and pull up the veteran stuff here. Where the fuck is it? Veterans. It's got to be a list somewhere. I have a whole list somewhere. Anyways, guys, so you can go ahead and start putting your questions in. Here's a veterans pool. Cool. You can start putting your questions in, and we'll get started. And the other chat is up. What's up, guys? Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and see. Little window man, that's me. Man, I am super far behind schedule. Let me go ahead and put up this damn thing. We are doing if you guys watched yesterday's video, we are doing a kind of like a, I don't know. It's not a major sale, but it's the New Year stuff. So it is going to be code New Year. Moving on and moving up. Fucked up. Oh man, this shit never gets old, Andrea. All right, it's called New Year, 20% off at checkout for obviously 20%. I think I got one more coral pack before I pull it down because that stuff is excessive. Okay, so first question is here: is Chemi Clean an effective way to get rid of cyanobacteria growing in the sand and on the glass? Well, if you were to ask me this question like 3 years ago, I probably would say, Chemi Clean, don't use it. It sucks. Just because I didn't really have much experience with it, and the experience that I did have was with other people, and they didn't have a good outcome. But I have used it here myself, and as long as you follow the directions, it's not an issue. It works. It actually works pretty well. So as long as you don't go overboard on it and you follow the directions, do water changes, the manual removal, all that kind of stuff, it's pretty good, pretty effective. So yeah, Chemi Clean works. I mean, understand it's a Band-Aid solution. So if you already have high phosphates, which is the reason why you have cyanobacteria in the first place, if you don't find the source or find whatever's causing that, aka the source, if you don't find out what's causing that excess phosphates, then yeah, you could do you could do this Chemi Clean all you want. It just doesn't fix the problem. It doesn't fix the overall problem. So go ahead and you can use it this one time to clean up the mess, but you got to find the source of phosphates for sure. What's up, Darren? Andrea. Okay. Yeah, you guys can hit like if you want, but that's right in there. Not coral related. Let me see here. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right about that, Darren. Yeah, it does make your skimmer go crazy, but go ahead and take the cup off, or you can just untwist it and set it to the side a little bit. You don't have to take it off completely. That way the foam can just kind of pour off the bottom of the neck and not actually go up into the cup. Yeah, make sure you do that. Because you're going to want the skimmer on just for oxygen purposes, and then, of course, surface agitation with your power heads, and you should be good to go with that. Let me go ahead and get this drawing going here for the veteran stuff, because I do want to do a little bit early tonight, because I don't know how long we're going to be on here for. Let me pull up. What do we usually do? We usually do the wheel, right? Random name wheel. That's what we usually do, right? Yeah, here we go. And then I just copy and paste all the names in, which we got quite a few here. Damn, son. Copy. And if you don't see your name, let me know. That way I can, double check, because I'm pretty sure I got through all the emails and added everybody who wanted to be added to it. And remember, once you submit your stuff once, you're in there forever. So we'll come back to this here in a minute. Let's get back over here. But yeah, so just make sure you're adding that. Yeah, no problem, man. I mean, the Chemi Clean, like I said, is just a Band-Aid, and that's something that a lot of people. I mean, I had a client. Well, he's no longer a client, but before he found me, he was always doing it like every 3 months. It seemed like he had to go in and do chemically, which I mean, it's fine. I mean, he's like, oh, I'm getting cyano again. Let me go ahead and do my chemically treatment. And it's good for about 3 months, and then it comes back. So come to find out, he was just overfeeding. It was relatively simple. I mean, the guy didn't have that many fish. He had one of those automatic feeders sat in the back of the tank that spun, and I forgot what he had it going for, but it was feeding like 2 or 3 times a day. The food was just kind of floating around the tank, and you know, it's pellet food at that point, so it's already really high in nutrients. And yeah, so he just took that offline, did some basic maintenance, and he never had to use chemically again. It was a pretty easy fix. So yeah. First time catching the live stream. Yeah, hey, what's up? Yeah, we used to get like 100 people in here, but haven't been very consistent with my live stream, so people aren't getting that. Plus, I haven't even got the notification on my phone yet, which is kind of odd. What, does YouTube not like me again? The heck, man. Why not? What'd I do? It's because I'm not very consistent. One thing you'll figure out about YouTube, if you ever start a channel, is if you're not consistent with your uploads, you kind of get put in the back burner pretty quick. So that's why I said that I was going to do those emails and those Q&As, try to get that stuff out every day while I'm working on other content. Because see, it says Facebook automatically deletes all streams that don't go live within 10 minutes. What are you talking about, dude? Sorry, I'm getting notifications here. I mean, what part of that? It says go live. Looks like broadcast was deleted in Facebook. You know, if it's on Facebook, you could suck a dick. Like straight up. Like I don't get it, man. Like you're always a problem. Yeah, so yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and move down. All right, I saw on your website you have the MP40 guard, which looks very nice. Do you make them for MP60s as well? I don't actually. This MP40 pump that I have, I'm actually going to be making a cage for the MP40 as well. But that guard was actually a custom request from somebody, so that's why I did that in the first place. But if you want to send me a wet side, I can do one for the 60. I know somebody was asking for a smaller one, and they wanted it for the MP or for the Nero 5s and the Nero 3s. I mean, I can make them for them if you want. I just need you guys to send the pump in. You know, you order a custom item, and then based on the size, which would just be the standard 7x7x7, and then send that in, and we'll be able to go ahead and make it for you. But yeah, I just need the wet side. How do we get added to the veterans giveaway? So you can email me at fishofhex@gmail.com, and you can provide proof of service. So it can be a DD-214 or a copy of your military ID. Just make sure that you are on your DD-214 that you're crossing out the social security number, the date of birth. I don't need any of that stuff. I just need to see your name, and go from there. On top of that, that's pretty much it. Yeah, just send that in, and then I will get back to you and say, hey, you're part of the drawing, and you'll be added to the list, which we're going to do the drawing in probably like 5 or 10 minutes. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so every month, once you're added to the drawing, every month I come in and I give away 10 corals. Sometimes it takes, depending on the weather and what's going on, sometimes it takes me a little bit while to ship it out. But either way, you know, you're going to get it. Should have been code hot garbage. And I've heard that so many times today. I'm not mad about it, though. Yeah. So, yeah, just email me, or you can hit me up on the website and do it through the chat system there, too. Either way, just make sure you cross out all the sensitive stuff. You got the notification right away, huh? And I still haven't got my own damn notification. Hey, bro, you still sell SPS, or do I still have the sale for SPS? Yeah, it's still going on. Yeah, I mean, the 300's growing back. I mean, it really is growing back. I'm leaving it alone. So, but I am, you know, technically getting there a little bit and getting some extra stuff. But yeah, it's growing back. The tub's growing. The other Lowboys are growing. I mean, I'm trying to catch up on coral. My plan, I mean, as I mentioned, things changed. I wasn't able to get the house. The market's crap right now too. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I was thinking about getting in a whole bunch of coral and then quarantining it and then putting it in on disc and letting it grow out. And then, you know, if I'm going to be here for another year or two, it's going to be beneficial. But if I only plan on being here for another like 9 months, then it's going to be pointless to kind of grow stuff out. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, but I definitely got to get some different corals in just to kind of mix it up. I got a lot of the basic stuff, and even a lot of the basic stuff I sold out of. You know, it's just the way it is. Like I mentioned before, and I still talk about it, is when Big Bertha came in and started breaking out these colonies, it really messed up my overall game plan to sell coral. My plan was just to trim the tank up and keep trimming it and not take out entire colonies. That way I could have a continuous supply of frags, indefinitely. But when I have to take entire colonies out because she's bumping them and ripping them out, then I have to frag those entire colonies, which then they aren't able to grow anymore, which then I just in turn lose all that growth, potential growth. So just tell you some huge lessons have been learned, not only with the business side of things, but just this tank in general, fish selection, aquascaping. I mean, the whole 9 yards. It's pretty crazy. So a lot of things I'm going to take with me on the new build, which is I'm thankful to do it here on this build and not not the final one. But let's see here. Do you have any recommendations on a place you buy fish? Well, I buy fish wholesale through a couple guys. I don't buy fish at the local fish store. Mainly because the price is just outrageous. If I can find another way to do it, I'd rather do that. But right now, getting fish in is horrible. At least from the people that I have contact with, getting anything in right now, even wholesale fish that would be, Scopus tang used to be like $12 wholesale, just like maybe 2.5, 3-inch Scopus tang, which is a basic tang, but they're pretty good at cleaning up the tank. It's like $12 wholesale. Now they're like $40 wholesale. I'm like, damn, man. So everything's going through the roof. As you guys know, inflation, getting stuff in. I mean, I'm having a hard time getting filament in right now. So yeah, I mean, it's got to end sometime. It's getting ridiculous. It's I won't lie, man. It sucks. I mean, everything sucks. Even cryptocurrency took a crap too. So I mean, hopefully it starts to come back up. I haven't checked it in a little while, but yeah, man, it took some big hits in crypto this last couple months too. So man, it just sucks. But let's go ahead and let's go to move to a positive thing. Let's go move over to the wheel and yeah. Can I do that? Can I do that? Where's my other screen? Okay, there we go. That worked? Okay, cool. So this is the wheel. All the names are here on the side. I guess the only way you're going to tell if your name is here is if you kind of zoom in or whatever. But I'm going to click it and we're going to find out who wins the pack. If you win, just go ahead and email me. fisheffects@gmail.com, and with the email that you registered with, because when you guys registered to be part of this drawing, I expect you to email me based on that registration email so I can compare it, right? So let's go to click and see who won the coral pack for January. Hope it's a name I can pronounce. Ooh. Here you go, Sean. Congratulations, man. Hit me up. Email me. And we'll get that coral pack out to you. It'll be 10 SPS from the 300. Not exactly know exactly what it's going to be, but it will definitely be 3 SPS. Or sorry, 10 SPS and free shipping. So you just got to email me, and I'll get that out to you probably next week. Yeah, next week's looking pretty good. Yeah, I mean, next week's my last week of training to get ready for Saturday, and then yeah, next week, next Saturday, Sunday, and Monday are pretty big days for me, so we'll see how everything turns out, man. Yeah. When you buy fish from the local fish store, there is a 200-300% markup. You're not wrong about that, Darren. It's ridiculous right now. Even just basic fish like chromis and damsels, just the little. They used to be $4.99 at Petco. I think they're like upwards of $10 to $15 now. Even freshwater stuff has gone up. But yeah, man, I'm hoping this stuff stops real quick, especially with that 8 to 11 miles per gallon on the truck. That shit's getting old too. So, yeah, well, I put the stock tires on to get it inspected, and I was like, man, this is weird. I got some pretty good gas mileage, but it looks like shit. So I'm gonna go put those back on and suck it up. That's because nobody wants to work, bro. They're happy with their stimulus checks. Are they still doing stimulus? I don't get one, so damn. Yeah, I see there's help wanted signs all over the place. Actually, speaking of that, they're so short staffed that the townhouse development that I live in here, they called me and were like, hey, we have a possible chance that there's going to be snow on Sunday. Would you be willing to like help us out, like help us shovel snow and do the whatever the freaking snow blower or whatever it is? And they're like, yeah, we'll give you $20 an hour if you can help us out on Monday. I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm gonna lower my rent too, but but yeah. So I mean, that's how short staffed it is that the people that that I pay to live are asking for help for the people that live here. So I mean, I don't mind. They're good people, but it just sucks, man. What's the difference between Hydra 32 and 64? Same specs on site. I don't know. Let me look it up. Let me look. I've never had the lights before. Hydra 32. Okay. And then Hydra 64. Well, it looks like the Hydra 64 has double the lights. Unless I Googled that wrong. Hydra 32 looks like it has 2 sets of LEDs. And if I fast here to Hydra 64, it looks like it has 4. It looks like it's just double the LEDs. So it's probably the specs are the same between the 2 lights. Just one is double the lighting. Kind of like the XR15 and the XR, is it XR30 what they do now? Yeah. So kind of just like what is it Ecotech? Radeon. Yeah. Yeah, they just do the XR15 is a single set of LEDs, and then the 30 is a dual, and this one's just is 2 and then 4. So here you go. That's the differences. Oh, they cover 24 by 24 on both. Well, I'm assuming that if you're going to get double the, I wouldn't say maybe not double the par, but I mean, you got the way it's set up. I mean, the 64 is you're going to get more light. I mean, in that 24 by 24 space than you would the 32 with 2 setup with with 2 sets of LED. I mean, it's double the lighting. It literally is. So you're looking for more of a coverage. I would say, based on the lighting that I've used here, if you are literally doubling and making it just the fixture wider, literally double the width, you're going to get more coverage than just the standard 2 sets of LEDs. So maybe you're reading it wrong. I don't know. But I'm assuming you're going to get more coverage off the one with 4 sets of LEDs than the one with only 2. Just based on lighting that I've used here. But on lighting, I've noticed that they tend to, I wouldn't say they dumb it down, but they kind of make it like a safe zone. So the light might be capable of like a 36 by 36, but they're going to say 24 by 24 just because it's safer that way, and people will have better coverage knowing that they're kind of basing their lights off of that type of coverage already. So that's what I'm assuming there. I assume that it can do more than 24 by 24. Hey, what's up, man? Or woman? I don't know what you are, but what's up? Thank you, veterans. JB. Yeah, what's up, guys? Welcome to the party. I know that we're kind of just hanging out here. I'll probably do like maybe 15, 20 minutes longer. I got to get downstairs. You guys have been hitting the orders, which is over the last 24 hours since I did that sale, and it's been hooking me up. So got to get down there. I got to fix 2 printers. Display went down on one, and the power supply went out on the other. So I got to get down there and just kind of either figure out if I can fix them or if I can replace them. And then I got to start doing some general maintenance on these. You got to think some of these printers have been going nonstop for a year, and man, I'll have to look when the first one started, but it's been over a year. So just general maintenance, that I do usually, but I got to get in there and fix belts and replace roller wheels and all sorts of stuff. So there's just, it's tedious stuff I got to get done. What's your thoughts on filter rollers? Look to get one as I'm fed up with socks. Yeah. Well, price-wise, I would say filter socks will be cheaper in the long run just because you're not having to replace them. You just got to clean them. But if you don't want to take the time to clean them and deal with all that stuff, then yeah, the roller is a good idea. I like the concept of the roller. I think the fact that when it clogs up, the water level in that area goes up, hits the sensor, which then turns the motor, which gets it to turn on to go to another section of roller mat, which then drops the level, gets dirty, same thing, fills back up. It's a really cool concept. I like it. I'm looking to design a 3D printed one at some point and just try it out on maybe a nano tank or something and see, and then expand the design from there. But yeah, they're pretty cool. I like them. I'm still a filter sock kind of guy just because, right now, actually, I shut the door here because I'm cleaning filter socks as we speak. Just trying to get that stuff done before I do my water change tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm a filter sock guy just because I can buy 100 of them relatively cheap wholesale-wise, and all I got to do is clean them. I throw them in 5-gallon buckets when they're done. Once those 2 buckets fill up, I go ahead and clean them with bleach and rinse them off a few times, dry them out for a day or 2, and then go from there. So, but I really haven't checked to see what the price is on roller mat material or the replacement rolls. I don't know. I'll have to check and see. I'm sure you can get a pretty good deal on it. I was looking for how many lights for a 4 foot 75-gallon aquarium. Wondering how many or which ones. Well, it depends on what you plan on growing, Bob. Are you going to do SPS? You doing a mixed reef? You doing a soft coral tank? Are you just doing a fish only? Whenever you can answer that, feel free to put it in there. But I was gonna say, if you're doing like a mixed reef or SPS, so it's a 4 foot 7, so it's a 75-gallon. So I would do 2 of the Hydra 32s, and then do T5s. I do like either 1 or 2 T5 bulbs on either side of them, front and back. So that's what I would do. So it would be LED light, LED light. So you got your 4 diodes there, and then T5, 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 T5. That's what I would do if it was mine, because you're going to be able to get the best of everything. You get the T5, which is it breaks up the LED lighting. It allows to fill in the gaps of darkness in the tank, and you have the LEDs for the primary growth. So I mean, that's what I would do. Are you the CHEM 7x7 filter sock? Oh, you use the CHEM 7x17 filter socks on my frag system as well as my main display. I clean them once a month and have 24 on hand. That's a big filter sock, 7" by 17. That's a big old filter sock. Well, you're running a ton of water too. I mean, on those setups. So, yeah, I know on my new build I'm gonna have filter socks, 7" filter socks tray, probably one that holds like maybe 3 or 4 of those. And then I'm going to have above it, I'm going to have the roller mat option. So I'm going to use the roller mat first. And then if it doesn't work out the way I want, I can always remove it and go right back to filter socks. So that's the plan. We'll see. I'm going to work with Geo for the new sump. I just have to figure out what I'm going to do. So I also haven't decided if I want to make my 300-gallon and my 1,000-gallon one system, and then the tubs another system. So my original plan was to have everything together, but I just feel that with all the shipping and the water being removed from the frag tank, it just adds a lot of instability to the main display. Even though the main display gives a lot of oh, my eyes are dry as shit. Gives a lot of water volume and a lot of stability just based on having the extra water volume. But with all the shipping, the bounces in salinity, it's just, I feel like it's too stressful on the system, and I'm losing potential growth because of it. So my plan at the moment is to have the 1,000 downstairs connected to the 300 that I currently have. That will be upstairs in the wall on their own sump, their own CO2, all new equipment and everything based on the size of that setup. That will run separately. And then what I'll do is I'll take my current sump, my current ATO and calcium reactor and calcster, and I'll use that sump and then just go ahead and connect 5 or 6 of the tubs that I currently have. Like I'll do new racks and stands and stuff, and then have all that plumbed into the current sump and current setup and have that be separate. So technically I'll be running 2 setups, and I think that's what I want to do. Even though I hate running 2 different tanks, I just think for stability wise, I can have a main display that's not connected to the business. It can grow and be beautiful and won't have issues. Hopefully no issues. And then I can have the business stuff separate, and that way, if something comes up, God forbid something comes up, it doesn't negatively impact the main display. So that's what I'm kind of leaning towards now, because I already have all the equipment. If I don't do that, I'm just going to end up selling what I currently have. Why not just use it and keep going? So on a date night, planning on getting super lucky. Catch the recap tomorrow. Aren't you married, dude? Like, your luck is over, man. So have fun. So, but yeah, so that's kind of what I'm leaning to do. We'll see. God willing, we'll see what happens. Can you recommend a good dosing pump that works without the apex? Going to try to start dosing. Man, I don't have one off the top of my head. The only 2 there's 3 different pumps that I've used in the history of my 8 years of reefing. The dose through the apex was the best one up to the point where it died recently, but that was probably my own fault. But yeah, I don't have one off the top of my head that I'd recommend. But the reality is you get what you pay for. So I wouldn't be going anything too cheap. I wouldn't go Jabo or anything like that, even though they did come up with a new model that people are raving about. That's supposed to be good, like wireless and all that kind of stuff. I haven't looked into it because I don't really dose anymore. It's just not something I do. So yeah, I don't really have anything that I could recommend that has been proven, at least from me, to be pretty good. So yeah, you're gonna have to. You might have to do a little bit more research on that. But yeah, I clean mine out first. I'll wash them in the washing machine with some bleach, then put them in the dryer until they're completely dry. I've never put mine in the dryer. I always put them out on a so I let them stay in the washer. I do a rinse cycle a couple of times, and then I put them on like a plastic bag in the basement, and I just let them air dry for a day or two, and it works out pretty good. So, yeah, I mean, same thing, I guess. I guess my point of not using the dryer was because I didn't want lint and all sorts of crap coming through on them. Let's go and see here. Thanks for the info. Great live chat. Thanks, man. Thanks, Bob. Day night guy. What weight pumps do you run on your low boys? I run Nero 5s. I had to think about that. Yeah, I run Nero 5s on there, so one on each side. And yeah, they do pretty good. They need to be cleaned every once in a while, but they work pretty good. I use the Kimura, Fix, Stop, STP, and Ecotech. Versa both work great. Yeah, I've used the first one. I've never used the Versa, but I've heard good things about it for sure. Favorite wave maker, Jesus. Well, I guess power wise and controllability wise, be like an MP40, MP60. I know that there's this thing going around in forums about the wet side cracking and rust and all sorts of stuff. When I had them, I never had an issue with that, but that's always like in the back of my mind. But you should clean them the right way. I mean, they say don't use regular vinegar. I forgot. Was one of the things. I think it's vinegar because it could cause a crack. But yeah, so that's, I would say, controllability wise, power wise, the MP40s and the MP60s are pretty good. Jabos used to be pretty good for me. They're just, I don't know, they're not staying alive as long as I would like them to be. If you guys have been here for a while, I used to run them on the variable speed module through the Neptune, and I had them wired and like they were doing wave pulses and all sorts of stuff during the night. It was pretty good. But yeah, they've just since started dying off, so I haven't really replaced any of them. The Nero 5s are pretty good too. I run 4 of them in the tub, 2 on each side, and it's a ton of flow. It's really good for the tub. And again, I run 2 of them in each one of the low boys. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8 of those jokers. And yeah, those are pretty good too. They're not really strong enough to be on the magnet of the 300 just because the glass is too big. But if they made a bigger, stronger version of the Nero 5, I think they do actually. I would like maybe a Nero 10 would be nice. That'd be pretty good for the 300 too. The controllability and how they sync up is also really nice on that. So other than that, I don't have a ton of experience with a whole bunch of other wave pumps. I kind of just been dealing with what I've got until I relocate and kind of go from there. Yeah. The Jabo pumps, I mean, they were good. I mean, they're as good as Chinese knockoff stuff is going to get. But they just seem to be kicking the bucket. I don't know what it is. I know that back in the day they were saying not to let it go below 30%, so that's why I mentioned that in a few videos. Don't let them go below 30%, and it's pretty good. But for some reason, they're not living. I mean, I probably kill off one every 6 months right now in the 300. But what are you going to do, right? So yeah. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions, feel free to throw them in. If not, I'm probably going to head out here in a minute, just because I got a whole bunch of stuff I got to get done, and I've been going to bed like an old man, like 9 o'clock, because I get up. I've been doing this thing, since the beginning of the year. I wanted to try something new, just to try to help with productivity and to try to get things done. So I've been going to bed 2 hours early at night, not only to try to heal my body from the training, but also because I'm getting up an hour to an hour and a half earlier in the morning before I need to do anything. So say I have to be at training at 8 o'clock. I usually get up at 7 for that. So I start getting up at 6 or 5:30 in the morning. And then I basically just kind of sit here and do emails and go through a bunch of stuff and try to get the workday started before I actually go and do anything else. So I've been going to bed super early, which is fine. Sleep's good, man. Sleep kind of gets the whole day going. So Dan says, I have a Nero 5 and a Gyre XF 350s. Neros are awesome, and so are the Gyres. But the Gyres, you got to clean more often, and they're more of a pain to clean. Yeah, somebody want me to do a guard for a Gyre. I told him to send it in. He never did. So, yeah. I mean, I've heard mixed reviews on the Gyres. I've never had one. I know the guy from Kingpin used to have them, and they died all the time on them. So I never really messed with that, but that was years and years ago. So I'm sure the technology has been updated since then. But yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. I ordered one of the Hydra pumps for my quarantine tanks, and it was the worst POS ever. Is that a Jabo version? I don't know. I don't know the name of that one. Is that like a Jabo version of it? But yeah. I like the Nero 3, 5 models. However, the cords are so long. Yeah, I noticed the cords are pretty long on that, especially the power cord that you plug into. It's definitely pretty long. I'm always tripping over the damn thing. But yeah, guys, so it looks like we're probably done. It's just a short live stream. I don't remember what minute mark we did the giveaway, but if you did win, hit me up and we'll get that core wall. I will. What's today? So I'm gonna do a video in the morning. So I either post it tomorrow or I'll post it Saturday, and then we're do another video on Sunday, and get that stuff out. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get one out every day or every other day, and hopefully get a little bit better algorithm stuff, and of course move the channel forward. So yeah. So quick live stream, nothing too crazy. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm gonna get to work and then go to bed. So I will see you in a couple days or tomorrow. All right. Peace.